Hi, it's Amanda
And Kara.
doing our Not Your Mother's Advice Q&A session number 2. And thank you for all the questions you guys have submitted. Kara's going to run this one a little bit more. Well, you have all the questions on the paper.
Yeah, it's true. I'm going to write it. I read them.
You're the boss this time.
Yes. So anyway, we'll get started. You want to ask the first question?
Well, first of all, we are
Cheers.
drinking. These are called beer mimosas. So last time we drank mimosas, and we all know what those are made out of. And Kara made me put some OJ in my beer, which is actually good. I was surprised. At first,
really
I was like,
good.
"Ew, no."
It's really good. Beer mimosas are like the cheapest way to drink beer because you can get like literally any beer and you just have this with you like all the time. PBR. I used to drink Corona and I was like, I cannot afford this life. So now I drink beer mimosas.
It's actually good.
It's not. It really. I mean, it's great.
So thank you all who watched before as well. We're going to be a little more themed this time, so we're going to be talking about relationship type advice. So the first question, it looks like, is in a relationship, should you share passwords with your significant other?
I have to ask one question.
Oh, sorry.
Somebody said that they can't hear. Can you hear now? Just like,
Rick,
can you hear? Turn your volume on.
can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can anyone hear us?
Can anyone hear us?
Can you hear volume?
Okay.
Okay. It was user error.
So what she was saying is, first question is, should you share passwords in a relationship?
I think that in a loving, trusting relationship, you should have no problem sharing a password with them, because there should be nothing really to hide. So why not?
I agree fully. I think you should be in a relationship where like you don't feel like you need to have that access, but at the same point, like if you're like, hey, can you check my email for me, or can you, like, my phone's not like tonight. Perfect example. Tonight.
Really?
Yes, this is like it's so perfect. So my dad never calls me. He normally texts me. And like earlier today, my phone rang and it was my dad. I'm thinking something's seriously wrong. But it wasn't. It was just my mom using his phone because her phone was getting like an update or something. And so my dad just like gave her his phone to take to the store or whatever. So I mean, stuff like that, I think. Like I don't think you need to be like, I need your password right now.
Yeah, you should be, on one hand, you should be secure in a relationship. But on the second hand, you should also feel like you're not hiding anything.
No
So you should
secrets.
be able- yeah.
Like
No
phones
secrets.
and like, in my opinion, phones and computers and all that has become so secretive. But it's like sharing anything else. You share everything. You even share money most times.
Share a
So why would you
toothbrush,
share it?
usually.
I share it too. I love sharing toothbrushes. It's so handy.
It is.
Yeah. So then we had, actually a lot of the questions tonight are like very heartfelt and serious. So if you have any like funny questions to just add in, just type them out. That would be nice.
Lighten the mood,
Lighten the mood.
please.
Both are gonna cry.
At the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had another question about what is your opinion on watching porn while you're in a relationship? Go ahead.
You know, a lot of people would like to say that they're cool with it, and especially women, because they've been conditioned to say that. But I have read a lot of studies. There's actually a website called fightthenewdrug.com talking about the studies where porn is actually detrimental to your brain and the way your brain is wired. And in a relationship, I don't really think there's a place for it because you're taking away from that intimacy that you could be having with your significant other. And you can also cause more issues, such as problems in the bedroom because you're conditioning your brain in a certain way. And I just want to have fun in that area. I don't want to have issues. So,
Insecurities.
yeah.
For me, I think that porn, these are like really personal.
I know. And then, like, unmet expectations
Yes.
or expectations of your partner that they can't fulfill because they're not a porn star.
I think if you're having, especially also if you're having like a sex, what? Let me back up. If you're having a healthy sex life, I don't think that you should be watching it so often, maybe. I feel like people become addicted and it becomes a habit, not necessarily just something to like kind of add to your sex life. And I think it could become a huge addiction. And yeah, it does make women feel insecure. And I think also men maybe if a girl's watching a lot.
Yes,
I don't really know.
Guys can get insecure about that too because they start worrying about like, do I measure up? I can't do these things that are being shown on the videos.
I think the key to porn for me would be like not keeping it a secret ever. Mm-hmm. Like if you have that talk and it's like, yeah, we do look at porn either separately or together, or we don't, or I don't know. I just think that it can become such a trust issue. I mean, I've even been in relationships where it became more important than him and I. For him. So
I've had the same problem.
Yeah. And so as a woman, that makes you feel inadequate, and then you're trying all these things, you're not good enough, and I don't think you should ever feel that way. So I'm not against it, but I think it has to be something that's like really talked about and agreed upon. And
I agree.
Yeah.
Some relationships, they like to watch it together.
Oh yeah, I mean, like totally, if you want to watch it together, that's totally different. Yeah, it's totally fine. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
What do you guys think? We'd love to hear what you guys think,
too.
The
last time, there were so many people talking.
Yeah,
like we couldn't even focus.
Yeah, we couldn't even talk because everyone was like,
okay, we get a word in? That's how I felt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, one of my friends who, they wrote in and they were saying that how do you deal with, as a woman, where do you get to that point in your life where you stop judging other people and feeling insecure and, you know, just dealing with those issues where you're always worried about how people think of you and just kind of just that general worry, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain because...
It is, because her question was kind of gray. But
it was very large of a question. But I think what it really comes down to is worrying about yourself. Like, that's something I have to tell my kids all the time is when they're fighting and I just tell them, worry about yourself. Like, you know, worry about, are you making your life the best it can be? Because Kara's doing awesome with her clothing company and her foundation, but that's not my,
she's doing awesome in her career.
Yeah, and but that's not my path. So I don't need to be jealous of her because I want to, you know, applaud her and say, like, you're doing a great job and that's your path. And then I'm doing a great job in my job because that's my path. And so what it really comes down to is just really valuing yourself and seeing your potential. Like, look at yourself through other people's eyes. Everyone's pretty darn awesome, I think. You know, you just have to see that for yourself.
Yeah, and I think also her second part of the question was, like, feeling jealous and insecure of other women. And I would say, like, in my 20s, I was, like, a really jealous person because I was not happy with myself. And so I think the key to, like, to being a secure woman, whether it's with other women or yourself, is really, like, owning who you are and working through all those demons that we all have and those insecurities. And you can literally look at a woman. I think a confident woman, no matter what she looks like, is the most beautiful woman in the world because she has her crap together. It doesn't matter what she looks like. It doesn't matter what she has. She owns herself and she's confident about that. And that attracts other confident people. So I think part of it's just growing an experience. And then you learn that, like, everybody else's opinions don't really matter at all.
Or be the change you want to see. So when I was younger too, like earlier 20s, what changed things for me was consciously complimenting other women, even strangers, and just reaching out there and saying, oh my gosh, I love your outfit, or your hair looks so pretty today.
So surprising when a girl actually compliments you.
Yes, because like, girls are very catty.
I am always like, what's wrong? Like,
I know, I'm like,
yeah, it's really
You're
weird.
scaring me.
Yeah. Yes. So,
thanks, Kristen and Melanie. And Chris.
You're so polite.
What?
And well-mannered. Thank you. It's so nice.
It's like I was
important.
Not raised on a farm.
Right. Yep. Okay, so less serious question. Somebody honestly said, to be anonymous about this question too, but is it wrong to demand whoever cooks to do the dishes?
Wait, so you're saying the person that cooked, like, let's say they cooked dinner and then they need to also do the dishes?
Hold on.
Or are you saying someone should cook and then the other person
No, what I'm
should
saying
do
is, let me backtrack, just so I can be more clear. What I mean is, like, is it wrong if I cook dinner to demand my partner to do the dishes? It was the question. For me, I would say you should never demand anybody to do anything. So, I mean, that word would kind of throw me off just a little bit. But, like, I guess if it were me, like, I would appreciate the gesture for sure. Like, if I make dinner and somebody offers to at least help, I think that's important. But I also don't think you should ever demand anyone to do anything. And, like, expectations anyway whether it's dishes or porn or like whatever we're talking about, I don't think expectations are a good idea. I think you should just make it clear, like, hey, I cooked, like, I'd appreciate if you cleaned, or I don't know how to answer that question because I would never do that.
I just like to wait until the sink is so full of dishes that I absolutely have to do them. So I don't like to do my dishes that night, honestly.
Literally can't stand it.
Like, I hate doing dishes so much. So
dishes and folding clothes. It's
Yeah.
like the two worst. And folding fitted sheets. Which, by the way, there was a video on YouTube today.
Did I tag you in that? I think I tagged you
Or
in the
on,
video.
yeah, YouTube, Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was this lady, and she was like a sheet genius. It's like perfect. How would you even tell?
Fitted sheet queen.
I was like, how do you even tell that's a fitted sheet at this point? That's how I was feeling.
I just wad them up at this point.
They're in the dirty clothes bin still. So,
What's next?
not really sure what this word is. How do you avoid?
You wrote it.
Here's one more. I think it's that one.
So
How do you avoid?
one of my friends is in a new relationship, and they really, really like the person they're with, and they asked how soon is too soon to say that I love you. Those three little words that are very scary to say.
A few people asked that question today, actually.
A few? To you too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, no, only two to me, but one to you that week. So
Yeah.
it's a few.
A few is three.
Oh, I don't know what this word says. Anyway, but go on.
Oh, hi, Stephanie. I love you. I don't think there's a set time period, but when you look at the psychology of falling into love, or that really honeymoon period where you first start dating someone and it's a lot of fun and you have those euphoric feelings, that's not necessarily love. And so what I worry about is, have you been with that person long enough to say, because love is a strong thing. And that means that you will be with that person through thick and thin, through a lot of things. And sometimes people mix up those feelings of euphoria of the like and the fun of it to mix up with love. And, real life is messy. We all know that. And people get sick. People get put in the hospital. They have financial issues. They have family issues. Are you willing to really still be with that person and love them through those things? Or do you just really like them right now because it's fun in the beginning? So that's what I always worry about is when, yes, honeymoon periods. I just worry about, like, is it just because you are in super like, or do you really love that person where you want to really be with them and invest in their life?
Wow.
Yes. Wow.
She's smart.
Sometimes.
About that, she was really smart. So for me, I think that love is developed over time. Like, I feel like you can,
Yes.
you can look at somebody and what? Oh, you can look at somebody and kind of feel like, I could love this person. I mean, why would you continue talking to them if you don't see a future? But I think that, like she said, love is developed. I think so often nowadays people meet on Tinder and they have great sex or it's fun and they say I love you right away and they don't really love each other because the minute that there's hard work that comes up in the relationship, they walk away. So that's not love. And so for me, I want somebody to completely love me. Like, I am not an easy woman to deal with. Like, anybody could tell you that. And I have epilepsy, so that's health problems. I have kids. I mean, everybody has their issues. So I want somebody to, like, know beyond reasonable doubt that, like, they've seen me through some hard times. They've seen me, at my worst, at my bad moods, all that stuff, and they still choose me at the end of the day.
Get in a bad mood.
I'm like never,
honey?
I'll be honest. Like, it takes a lot for me to get in a bad mood, but it will happen. So,
I like what Stephanie said,
Yeah.
too. She said, and some people love the idea of someone rather than who they really are.
okay.
And that's a really big thing, is in the beginning, too, you like the idea of them. You don't even know really who they are and what they're all about.
Crazy thing. My best friend, Jory, I don't know if she's watching, but she was telling me how my ex loved the idea of me. And she said that. She's like, he looked at your fun, all these things. He loved the idea of you.
And you're pretty.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's what I meant. But he not loved me because the minute what happened is actually, we're not getting into it. Something happened, and it was clearly not love, and that was evident. And I think that that's sad because people toss that word around. Like, I have my parents who have been married for years, my grandparents are married for years, all these people who have been through so much crap. And to me, that's love. And love is a choice. And when it gets hard, when life gets hard, you're choosing that person still because you love them. So did we even answer the question?
Well, there's no
Can't
time
put a number
period
on
to
it.
say how soon is too soon to say I love you.
You really can't.
But I think the first couple months is definitely too soon because you can't really know in the first couple months. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. You can think it, but maybe you shouldn't say it.
maybe you
quite
shouldn't
yet.
say it.
Just hold it in here, and then maybe say it. I don't know.
That's a really hard one.
How do you say that?
That's really hard.
Because like I know people that were together for like 2 months and got married, which I do not condone that, but they like still together, so clearly they loved each other. And then I know people have been together for like 6 years, and they didn't say I love you, and then they got a divorce, and like it's just so there's really no number on love and feelings and all that. It's just kind of like
yeah, that's hard. Chris, these are not mimosas; they're beer mosas. We had
These
mimosas
are-
last time.
beer mimosas.
Yes, so Coors Light and some OJ because we keep it classy.
And we're broke. It's like- yeah.
Did you ever figure out what that word was? Is that the word you couldn't read?
Yeah. So maybe
Okay.
you should just ask that question. We have one more. We have one more total question.
What?
Well, we have one. We have that one, but this one I do not know what I wrote. How to avoid. Hold on a second. I'm trying to look down, like in the light. How to avoid.
So while she's trying to figure out what she wrote,
There was another one. This is a fun question.
put some questions up, you guys.
No, we have a fun question.
There's 14 of you watching.
Yes, put more questions up. But
Since this is episode number 2, we're going to talk about number 2 for a second.
somebody actually asked this, which is such a like real thing, I think.
They asked, how soon is too soon to poop at your significant other's house? Like when you start dating someone and then, you're there and, nature calls. You gotta go. How soon is too soon? For me,
She's like,
I can't hold it in, okay? Like, if I gotta go, I gotta go. Like, you can obviously, try to,
you can imagine.
what are you supposed to do? Like, leave their house? Be like, okay,
Maybe.
cool, this has been fun, bye! Like,
You could be like, I have to run to the down
gas
the road.
station?
Yep.
Ew, I'm not gonna go to a gas station, that's gross. Just
Yeah, it's true. I don't really know.
turn the
how to-
fan on. I don't know.
Answer that question.
Use the downstairs or the upstairs bathroom, or I don't know. Like,
I wish I could read my writing. I don't know how to answer that question at all, actually.
it's
So,
definitely sooner than you tell them you love them.
to avoid. Laugh. Can somebody ask a question? I cannot read my writing.
Day one, run the faucet. It'll be all right. Yes.
I actually
Yes.
have a story about that, but I'm not gonna. We don't need to get into it.
Let it go. Yes. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Like, come on.
That's
everyone,
love,
everyone
right?
poops. Come on. There's a book written about that. Courtesy flush. Yes.
Yeah. So we need more questions. We have this one written down here. That
We
she
have
wrote.
one really serious question,
Oh, we have a serious question.
and it's gonna probably make us cry. So we need some better questions here too. Like,
Do you want us to just ask the sad question real quick while you think of questions, or because I don't really have any more.
Okay.
I only have one,
all right. Well,
two.
think of some questions. We're gonna ask this last
gosh.
one. Your hands with plenty of soap. Yes. And maybe some other parts.
Oh, okay. I know what the question was. Wait, are we asking? Are we answering the question? The ice and the feather.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, I figured it out. So, somebody that's watching right now, I'm not going to name any names because I told him he'd be anonymous, asked if women get more turned on by ice
Or a feather.
or feather. I'd be teased more with either one. I would say both. For me, it just depends on the mood. I mean, the other thing like damaging about ice is it's so damp. It's like a lot of moisture in the bed, and I just kind of keep it.
Moist.
Yeah.
Yes, I said it.
So that's
moist.
another thing. So I would say both depending on the mood. For
I think, like, I've only had someone use ice, like, once or twice, and it was different because I was also blindfolded without getting too crazy, because we'll have a second session. We'll have another
Dial it down.
episode where we actually take more and, like, condense all of the kind of more
sex
sexual questions.
because there's a lot of those.
There's a lot. And we'll have a guest speaker for that, but I honestly like light touch better, so with a feather, because also as a woman, like, you start worrying about the mess that something's gonna make. So
Yes.
with ice,
And it's chilly.
it's gonna drip, and they're gonna have water in the bed. So stop saying it. Moist.
Moist.
Is it moist you don't like me saying, Stephanie, or is it maybe it's not moist? I don't know. But that would be a good poll too. Is ice or feather?
Maybe we should start a poll. Because I feel like it'd be a lot of different answers.
Yeah. It depends on what the person likes. Maybe we should just ask them.
Okay. So one more not serious question, and then we'll do our serious question. Some dude today asked anonymously.
Some dude. That one dude from...
I don't know his name. I don't know him. I really don't. We talked for a sec. And I did answer him, but I just figure why not just talk about it right now, because I feel like it's probably something we're all used to talking
Sure.
about. Periods. So he asked... he asked specifically how to not piss his girlfriend off. They've been together for 8 months. 8 months, and then they've lived together, and he still doesn't know what kind of tampon she uses. That's his question. He wanted to know, like, how to ask her that without pissing her off.
Like, why does he want to know? Like, so he can buy
So,
them from her?
yeah,
or
actually,
not
yes.
from, but for
her. Yeah, because he wants to be able to help her out, because he was talking about how he kind of went on and on about how he gets chocolate and all this. You know, he's like really super boyfriend. And then,
wow.
Yeah, I was like, you do even after the first month, like
She's not going to be pissed off if you're just asking, like, what
I know.
kind of
That's another truth, is like the fact you're even thinking about it, you know. And
There's no way she's going to be mad.
Yeah. But if she was, I would just maybe not ask during it.
Yeah,
during.
during.
Like, don't even ask, like, anything.
Oh, you must be on your period. What kind of tampons do you use?
Even just saying that, like, you're clearly on your period. What kind of,
Well...
look in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is
That's
look in
what
the
I was like, have you not
bathroom.
noticed? Yeah.
Because most girls keep their bathroom, or their tampons in the bathroom somewhere.
Mostly.
And then, even if nothing else, like, he can... As long as he doesn't, like you said, do it while she's on her period.
8 months. 8 months and he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, can you go in the are you home? Can you go in the bathroom and, like, look in the cupboard or whatever? Like, I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
be like, wait till she's not on our period, actually, but then
Always
have him
wait.
just, like, one day, just message her and be like, hey,
I was thinking about you.
I was thinking about you, and I know having your period sucks, but I know, like, it's embarrassing to go to the store and buy tampons, so I wanted to take that pressure off you, babe.
Oh.
I'll buy them for you next time, but I wanted to make sure I got the right kind.
Yeah.
So if you have any suggestions,
Because I kind of know.
Because I kind of have an idea,
Yeah.
but I just want to make sure. I'm a guy. I don't have to buy these usually, so I just want to
And
make
for
sure I
a
get the
girl,
right
that would be,
kind.
like, so thoughtful. I'd
And,
be
like, she might be like, what? At first, but
Yeah.
then be like, oh, that's actually really sweet.
She might be like, I love you.
Yeah,
At that
then
point,
she might say, I love you.
Yeah, you're gonna- yeah.
And then also be like, what kind of chocolate do you want? Like, what do you want me to do to make your periods way better? Because I'm here
Do you
for
want
you. I care about
tacos?
you.
Wine?
Yeah, what do you want? Just throw tacos and wine and chocolate at them and, like...
I feel like that's the line men don't cross. I feel like most females are fully prepared. Well, apparently...
I'm
some
never
aren't.
prepared.
She's not prepared. I am so prepared. But yeah.
Of course you'd say that, Stephanie. She said I'm spot on.
She's always spot on. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the last one, and it's like kind of sad. This girl was asking. She said that her dad recently passed away unexpectedly, and she's been in this relationship for a long time and is in love with the guy, and he's like really good to her. They live together, really happy, and they were like on the path to getting engaged, and then her dad died, and now she feels herself like pulling away from the guy and like unable to commit to an engagement, and so she's wondering how to like separate, the things with her dad and be fully engaged in her relationship. Because her dad passed away, and it's like really sad. So I don't really know how to answer that at all, because most of these questions I feel like we answer from our own experience, whether it's like right or wrong. And I can't imagine what that would be like to lose either one of my parents.
Yeah.
I know Justin. Justin. Okay. So anyway, so how do you want to answer that, or you want me? I'll answer it.
Well, I just have something quick to throw in. Obviously that'd be really hard, and I'm sure she feels like she doesn't want to make a quick decision when she's in that place where she's just so sad, and I know how grief can be, obviously not with a parent, but grief can really, yes, Stephen, it did get dark. That's why we asked for some fun questions to be posted.
We didn't want to answer this. You guys are asking questions. Then we can't even make that anymore.
But it's hard, to make decisions at all, especially something so serious as getting engaged, because that's a really big life step, and you want to make sure that you're making it for the right reasons, and you don't want to do it just because you're sad and it is making you happy. But also maybe it could be a really good thing for her, where it does help her come closer with her fiance and her family, because planning a wedding can be a fun family affair, and it's really hard dealing with grief. And you know, you have to also remember that you're still alive and you still have to honor their memory by living your life to the fullest, because they didn't get to do anything from then on out. And so you need to honor their memory. And you can, I just went to my cousin's wedding this summer, and they had some family members that passed away that year also, and they honored their lost loved ones in their wedding. Like, they had a big thing with pictures of them and stuff that they wrote about them, and you know, you have to still live life.
Even
though it's hard,
I would say, like, isn't the goal about really, like, being with somebody to go through those times together and not alone?
Yes,
so,
and her dad would want her to be happy.
And her dad wanted her to be happy. And so, I feel like we're not even answering this question, because how do you answer it? But, yeah, I mean, I think she should let her fiance kind of step up and be that man, because her
Chris,
dad's
you're
gone
right.
now. Chris is smart.
Everyone's smart.
We're all smart. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think that'd be really hard, but counseling would be good dad's daughters. Yeah, they do. I love my dad. I cannot imagine us not having my dad.
I know, I'm getting like a little bit choked up thinking about it.
I still think he's going to live to be like 500.
I hope so.
Yep. Yeah. It's the only way to believe. So does anybody have any questions that aren't about dying?
Yeah, come up with a question that like makes me stop being like,
Rick, you are really good at asking questions.
Stephanie, ask us some like random question. It doesn't have to be about relationships or anything.
About anything.
Kristen.
PG-13.
Yeah, I mean,
though, for
not
sure.
crazy or anything, but ask us something. Come on. I mean, what about the question that you had a question for your mom before Thanksgiving? She asked her mom how long she should microwave a turkey for. It was her first time cooking a turkey this year. How long do you microwave a turkey for?
25-pounder.
Yes, 25 pounds. How long do you microwave it?
I asked a lot of people that, actually. It was funny.
It was hilarious, the answers that we got.
Being a mom with having a career. Oh, my Lanta.
Okay, so Kristen said, how do you balance being a mom with having a career and having fun also?
I can
That's like 3
start with that
jobs
one.
right there.
I think, I like you guys to list the top 5. Okay, let me backtrack.
What if I'm not looking for a man?
How do you, she's not looking for one at all. So,
And neither is Kara.
how do you balance being a mom with having career and fun? It's really, really, really hard. So years ago, I worked like a normal job. Like I worked at a bank and I worked at a restaurant and I, did those types of things, and it was still hard. But I was married or in a relationship that the person would help with my kids at the time. Now I've been single for a long time and I own my own business, but I work a lot. So I balance it by working a lot from home. That way I can, if I had a husband, it'd be totally different. Clearly I don't. But, but so that way I can go to pizza.
She just burped and it smelled like hot dogs. Did you eat a hot dog?
I ate chips. Sorry. I ate a ton of chips.
I was
can't stop
trying to
burping.
just deal with it,
And
but
I
I was like, my eyes are watering. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Laughing. It was like chips with like guacamole and salsa.
A lot of beans.
It was anyway, who cares what it was? It was
Okay,
chips.
just kidding. Second check. Okay.
I'm crying.
Balancing. I know. Balancing everything.
Okay. Let's just get back to this.
Rick said he ordered tacos. I'm gonna pee my pants.
Okay.
All
right,
It's
so-
really hard to balance.
It's
like,
so hard. And you always feel guilty because, like, I am trying to do my best. Literally. Like, I work and then, like, I try and not get a babysitter just like get a babysitter. And I want to go to PTA and I want to go to Girl Scouts. I feel like I'm crying but laughing. I don't really know why. But I try to do all these things and it's hard because you cannot be, like, 10 places at once, especially as a single mom. Like, you're working, you're running your house, you're paying your own bills, you're taking care of your kids, you have family, you have friends, you might have a relationship. And it's really hard. So I don't think I'm the best person to ask about that, except prioritizing.
You know how I deal with it?
She does this a lot. I feel a lot better after I burped. to be honest with you. Top 5 things I'm looking for in a man. Honesty is number 1. Actually, let's backtrack. I had a lot of bad relationships before, and I read this book called Millionaire Matchmaker. A
big book.
Big. I read a big book. But she talks about how she's like, you should have 5 things that are non-negotiable in a relationship because there's a million people out there for you, and people always settle. And then you should have 5 things that you can kind of budge on. So my 5 things are honesty. He has to be driven and goal-oriented. He has to be family-oriented, so close to his family and likes kids and things like that. He has to make me laugh. And then last but not least, I know this sounds really weird, but it's on my top 5. Good hygiene. Because a lot of guys, they don't really like shower regularly, or they don't like brush their teeth every day, and that's like my top 5. She just burped. Oh my god. Anyway,
we should not do beer next time.
What's your top 5? And maybe not chips.
I have actually not thought about it. It sounds like Kara was already prepared for this answer.
So I'll just take
thanks
it.
a lot, Chris.
Passive aggressive.
Top 5. I don't know. But I'm also not looking for a man right now.
She is focused on being single.
I'm focused on
the single life.
Yeah, I'm focused on just doing everything I can to be the best mom possible with my kids.
Live her life, yeah.
And focusing on bettering myself as a person, because also, like, if you know in your heart that you are not the best person, then
you're not going to be
in a good relationship either, because you need to be your best self.
And you got to be happy on your own, not looking for happiness in somebody else. We're trailing off.
Sorry.
We're just trailing off.
Okay, Stephanie, passive aggression, how do you deal with it? If it's someone I don't have to live with,
you're an expert. She's an expert.
Yes, if it's someone I don't have to live with, you can just cut that shit out. I mean, ooh, I said a bad word. We promised no cussing. I tried really hard.
Cussing tonight, but it happens.
I try really hard, but if you don't have to live with them, then just cut it out. I hate passive aggression. It's so annoying.
It's like really common on Facebook now too. People will post like passive aggressive memes, like get at their partner.
Oh my gosh!
All the time. I don't think that.
I hate that.
You just don't deal with it. I wouldn't deal with it. I would say one time like not okay, and then.
Oh, this is a really long one. Okay, so what do you do when your girlfriend of 3.5 years, known each other for 5 years, cheats on you with one of your old friends but wants to get back together? Side note, I was your first for everything, like I love you.
Oh, that's my friend. I would say goodbye for me. I have like a 0 cheating tolerance, and I'm a huge person on respect. And I feel like if your girlfriend respected you in any shape or form, she would not have cheated on you after that long. And of course she wants you back because she realizes what she has. And it should not take cheating or being with somebody else to realize what you have in front of you. And if it does, then that person's not worth it. So for me, I would be friends with her. I mean, you guys have a history, and maybe you could work on that, but I would not give my heart back to somebody that broke it. Ever.
That is a hard one. I have like usually a 0 tolerance thing too for getting back together with someone that I was dating, and then getting, and then we broke up and then getting back together. Because if the issue is not gone, which usually it's not, you're just going to it's going to come up over fights, and it's hard to truly forgive someone forever. Like, you're going to always have that in the back of your mind of, if she's with a friend for reals, like, you're going to wonder, is she really telling the truth? Like, that she's out with her girlfriends, or is she really doing something else?
Do you always want to wonder? Like, you're young.
You're going to have to come back to being like, from the beginning where we talked about passwords and... I
don't want to deal with all that. I don't have time.
I want your passwords. I want to check all your stuff. And, like, don't you just want to be happy in a relationship? It's really hard when you share that love for someone. And
okay, if you guys have discussed it, if cheating is a no and she cheated, then you need to walk away because she knew it and she did it anyway. And you're never, ever, ever going to get over it. And I do believe once a cheater, always a cheater, because you either have it in your mindset and in your being to do that, or you don't. And I know there's cases where people are unhappy and they do it once or blah, 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 blah. But you guys, you're young. And, like, things should still be good. And
she said she did it to try something new to see what's out there.
And
but there's really no good reason either, though. But if you guys are both, like, if you've talked a bunch and you're really invested, like, maybe if they went to counseling, like, maybe if
do you want to work it out? I would, like, see everybody else on there saying run away. Like, I would literally run away. That's just who I am.
But at the same time, like, it is hard. Like, if you both really want to be 100% in,
you need to experience. But she could have
need to
said,
go to
hey,
counseling.
we met young. I know that I kind of need to see what's out there in life, not even just sleeping with other people.
scandalous.
So I just don't agree with that. Like, I could say that, but I do not agree with that at all. I don't care how young you are.
Okay,
If
so
you love the
here's the
person,
thing.
you love the person.
I've been on the other side of this, where I was the cheater, and then eventually I wanted to be back with the person because I realized, yes,
What you had.
I lost something really good.
Yeah.
And yes, we got back together for a while, but that person was always throwing it back in my face. Like, every time we fought, it was, oh, well, but you cheated. And it just brought me down as a person to always be, like, have that brought back up no matter what. And unless you can honestly say that, like, once you guys, get back together and go to counseling and you make a promise to yourself and her that you will never, ever, ever bring it back up again, and it's a fresh start, like you hit the reset button, then don't do it. That's my advice.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but for me, like, I think I'm such a sensitive person too, like, that would literally kill me, and I don't think I could ever move past it enough to even give the relationship a chance. And like I said, everything that I do in life boils down to respect, and I would feel so disrespected.
Yeah.
And that's like a huge value to me.
Oh, thank you. You're
Are you kidding
so
me?
nice.
Okay, no. Like, did I not? Okay. But
Okay,
thank you.
so Amber,
we put a
thank you.
filter.
I just got off work. I worked till 8 o'clock tonight.
I
So
was at
I'm in my work clothes.
Yeah, I worked earlier, and then I got a little bit ready and went to my parents' house, and worked a little bit more, and then here we
She
are.
just always looks good.
I do. She always looks good.
Aw, thanks.
But thank you so much. That's really
Yes.
like a sweet thing to say to moms. Look at us all being positive.
Yes, see? You're changing how people view other people, and
have to burp
you are not a train wreck. Don't burp again. You're a train wreck.
I'm afraid. No, you're not. It's the chips.
Those are some smelly chips.
I had chips and guacamole and salsa and cheese, and then I had like this rice with blue cheese on it. So it's
Okay,
just
so
like,
he said, is it actually possible to restart and have a clean slate and live on? I think it depends on how good you are at forgiving and forgetting. Some people can do it. It's very rare.
okay, hang on. Do you
But
feel
no.
like you can do it in your heart? Do you really think that you could get past it?
And in no fights, ever bring it up.
Never think about it or bring it, like, it's gone. Then no.
Why is it hard to get in a relationship? Okay, so Rick said, why is it so hard to get into a relationship after you went through a divorce with someone and gave 17 plus years to why is it so hard to get back into the dating world? Well, a lot's changed in 17
Rick,
years.
I can tell you why.
Technology, everything. Like the way people date and everything. It's just like that. Now there's
So
Tinder
different.
and
yeah, there's so many options out there. So many swipe right options. She just ate some weird thing when she got here.
It was salad. That's
but anyway,
not weird.
But it looked different. I don't know,
It
because
was
you're a
green.
great guy. I think you just have to put yourself out there more and take risks and like be willing to get hurt or be willing to get denied. And you do, like, you can't just like sit here and expect.
No,
to
you
be-
should. You should watch these live feeds.
Yeah. You have to put yourself out there more. You have to ask women out. You have to, like you have that neighbor. You know what I'm talking about, Rick? You can ask her out.
Again, it comes down to what I'm doing is work on yourself.
But
and,
Rick is all.
And I'm not saying he's not
Yeah.
awesome. I'm just
Okay.
saying, like, once you've also, like, kind of gotten to your groove, do the things you like to do. You'll meet people doing
people
those
doing
things.
them.
Like, if you like going hiking, you're going to meet people on the trails.
But okay, see, he's my friend. I'm telling you, he does all
Sorry.
those things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. So all the things you're doing are right. It's all really good advice. I just think you have to be more. I can't say it, but he's holding himself back from something. Yeah.
Don't hold yourself back.
Don't hold yourself back.
Be more aggressive.
Be aggressive.
Be
aggressive.
aggressive. Yeah, just, like,
Be
grab
confident.
life by the horns and just be like,
And
doing
just
this.
live it. Yep. I think that's probably. That's about it. I think that's good.
I think that's a wrap because I gotta go pee. That's a lot of beer mimosas.
Was it? I had one. Actually, this is the same cup, so.
I drank mine and I've been drinking the extra beer.
So we'll come back next week again.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really know.
We will announce when...
Put yourself out there more. Yeah. Seriously, Rick. Put yourself out there more.
We will announce on our page very shortly of when the next live sesh will be. And keep asking questions.
Really exciting news. So we all know that I'm expanding my clothing line. So we're going to have, once we get our YouTube channel, which it's going, we just have to start uploading videos and stuff, but we're going to have swag to sell. So we're going to have Not Your Mother's Advice shirts.
Good night, Stephanie.
Not Your Mother's Advice hats.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have these that say Not Your Mother's Advice. I don't really know yet.
That'll be awesome.
It's exciting.
That'll be so good.
I'll have to burp again.
All right. Well, you finish burping. Thanks,
Okay.
Chase. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
submitting your question.
All right.
Well, cheers and have a good night. Thanks for watching.